to another episode of Women, Cocktails, and Whatever. It's your big little sister, Asia.
Chelle Antoinette.
Hey, boo.
Hi, love bug. How are you? Yes, better than you were 30 seconds ago.
Better than I was 30 seconds ago.
She'd be fronting.
It's not fronting.
You're fronting for the camera,
It
kind of.
is.
You're turning it
Alternate
on.
attitude.
Come on. I like it.
Okay, you switch it up real quick.
One time for
Make
the fun
it,
time.
Make it better. Make it last forever.
And ever.
We did not do our traditional snake bites.
I mean,
today.
in theory.
We are a snake bite.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, somebody. Okay. So get your shots.
Whatever that may be.
Of whatever you want. Unless it's like something crazy. Maybe don't take a shot. Like, don't take a shot of moonshine.
Take a shot, whatever you're comfortable taking a shot with. Who are we to judge what you enjoy?
I'm gonna judge you on some. Not drinking moonshine, but a shot of moonshine. Just
moonshine in general. I'll be like, baby, you know they got other liquor, right?
You
know it's not like prohibition.
Flavored?
I don't give a dang if it is.
I mean, the flavored moonshine, just pretty much just whiskey and orange. Okay, we're gonna take these shots real quick. Bottoms up, people.
I'm real ghetto out here.
Why did you say you ghetto? Y'all, I mean, if you want me to knock yourself out, we can do that. It's cool. Don't worry about nobody, you know. Nobody is judging. We out here, like, being the black Oprahs and stuff. And so,
shout out to Carisha.
Carisha. First off, stop acting like y'all didn't know what she meant.
Here's the funny thing about that. This had nothing to do with the girl talk conversation, but so when I saw it, everybody was like, but like, so not everybody. There's people that was like, Oprah's black, right? Okay, duh, we know that. Then I think people was just like, well, you know, Oprah.
She liked black
people, but not all avenues of black people.
She's the elitist black.
Yeah, so I was thinking that's what she meant. Like, yo, Oprah fuck with us, she don't fuck with us like that. And then we was sitting in the car talking. We was like, you know what she really meant? She meant she wanted to be the hood Oprah. Like, that's what she meant. And in her
true hoodness, she didn't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
But first of all, nobody on the Oprah's internet is ever finna come for Oprah. That's not what she
Because we're not sitting here saying Oprah don't put on for the people. We just saying she don't fuck with hip-hop and that type of culture. So
collard greens in her home garden. Okay, let's not play. The black.
I wonder what it is for Oprah to be like, I like you.
That's a good question.
I want to know what it is because I don't like. Okay, like now,
Oprah,
right?
We can have tea time. I'm pretty good. I make a mean cup of all variations of tea.
She do.
Okay, don't think that my bartending skills only attend to liquor. Okay, Oprah, don't. Unless you want a hot toddy, then in which case, let me know.
Take me to Patty's house. Auntie Patty.
I heard Patty really be making pies like every weekend. Like every day.
That makes sense to me.
She just wake up.
She
and be
don't
like,
care. You can smoke your reefers. Just make sure you smoke it outside. You know, don't sit on her white couch. She is.
Patty is definitely like. I feel like if Oprah and Patty were sisters, right? If Oprah and Patty were sisters, Patty is like the cool down for whatever auntie that you go to her house because you know she gonna let you drink. You know she gonna let you have the parties at her house. She be sitting chilling. She don't smoke the weed except
she
like
crip walk.
Every once in a while when she's stressed out, she'll like hit it in the backyard and then be like, I don't want no more of that smoke. Okay, I'm going in the house. Do your thing.
It's reefer.
It's reefer. And then Oprah is the one who know you do it, and she gonna be like, I don't know why you don't do that stuff in my house, but she still invites you over. But you know when you come over, you got to be like the bougie, better version of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you can't bring your hoodest to rat friends. You got to bring the ones that can transition. Like, all right, we going to my auntie house. We're talking about life goals. Okay. We're education.
Career.
Okay. We're having a good little vibration happening there. Okay?
Don't bring up none of your thotty days.
No, you can bring them up in the most wholesome of ways. Never forget Maya Angelou was a hoe. Okay?
Okay.
You can bring up your thoughtness wholesomely.
Poetically, okay?
Talk about what you learned
doing them days
from busting it wide open, okay? Don't just talk about the bus open. And then she gonna be like, well, you know, it's about 10:30. That's a late night for me.
10, I think it's earlier than 10.
It's probably 9.
I feel like Oprah be in the bed at 9.
Oprah start kicking you out at like 7:45.
Yeah.
Dinner
was at 3. Okay.
And Patty is the after party house.
Yes.
Okay. They be like, all right, we're gonna see you. Like, tell my sister hi. And then you going on over there and have your little kickback.
Patty be like, we finna go play spades. What's up?
Let me tell you, as soon as you come in, you getting on this table?
Take your shoes off. Come on, baby. Let's go. Go ahead and get this ass whooping. I feel like that's Patty.
That's Patty, definitely. So we know Oprah is a bougie black. And, you know, it's all right. We like it. I'm trying to get to bougie black level. Sun hat every day.
We are officially in October. Officially.
Why you had to bring up?
Because we got to get to the drink.
You're right. We ain't said nothing about.
Not
I'm
about
actually
this
waiting
drink.
on this week's drink is Chelle's concoction.
It's a concoction, all right.
I'm interested. What's the name of it?
It's oh crap. It had Harvest in the title.
Something. What was it?
Harvest Fest.
Harvest Fest. There you go.
It's a Harvest Fest.
Why is it a Harvest Fest? Because I tried to think of all the things that was fall related, kind of, sort of, or made me think of fall and put them in the glass. Minus the orange. Orange really don't make me think of fall, but
I think orange is just universal.
yeah. But here we go.
Okay, what we got?
So you're going to chop up your fruits. So it's some apples, some pear, and some orange skins. Yes. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to get a half an ounce of simple syrup, and you're going to muddle. And then you're going to get 2 ounces of apple whiskey, 2 ounces of cranberry juice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then you go stir and stir. You probably really should shake, but we couldn't find the top. So we just stirred.
Do whatever the harvest tells you.
Yes. Get you a nice glass, fill it up with some ice and the remaining fruit. Mm-hmm. So the rest of your apples, the rest of your pears, the rest of your orange peels. And you're going to pour your drink over that. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Pour it up.
We got to talk about her. And then 2 dashes of orange bitters. And because what's a fall drink without cinnamon? We really wanted cinnamon sticks, and we thought we had more, but we were out. So here we go.
Get cinnamon. If they're just lingering in your cabinet,
just get some cinnamon sticks. And yeah.
Now we got this. Let me get my cinnamon broom. Didn't with a.
Oh God, Jesus.
Okay, let me tell you. Let me taste this drink first, and I'm gonna tell you all the things I love about fall. This a whole setup. Hey, this is a setup in a. I'm set up.
This is not bad.
Come on, Chelle's
Go
concoction.
me.
Go you. This is
the cinnamon in
we got it. We did it.
You missed all the stirring, huh?
Yeah. Chelle, this is come through or somebody.
It's refreshing when then that cinnamon hit in the back and be like fall.
Like it looked like okay.
Okay. All right.
It's giving me fall sangria.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. That's why I put it in this glass.
I'm not mad about
Yep,
that.
I was thinking that's kind of what I was going for. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
We went to the store because we had to, agree up on some supplies. Let me tell you, everybody be like, "Oh, pumpkin spice season," and I'd be like, "Look, a pumpkin spice."
I ain't gonna hold you. Originally, when I was trying to think of a drink, I was like, "Let me get something pumpkin." Because I was going with it, it was gonna be more of a like creamier drink at first. Okay. But I kind of wanted to. I didn't know how beer and cream work together because I had this pumpkin beer that was amazing.
We've done it before.
Cream topped off creamy drinks with a beer.
With Funky Town. Shout out to Funky Town Brewery. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Okay,
but you are right. I forgot about that.
We had mixologists our way into a lot of random things here, okay? So
absolutely.
We'll do that later. Maybe I'm finna find me some sweet potato spiced something.
I mean, in theory, we are on our anniversaries of a year too, because we started in the first week of September last year, right?
We probably should have celebrated that day.
Celebrate good times. Come on!
It's celebration. Okay, listen. Here's what I love about fall. It's not pumpkin spice. It's the cinnamon scented everything. The brooms, the pine cones with cinnamon on them. Okay, the cinnamon. My whole everything gonna smell like cinnamon.
I mean, I'm okay with cinnamon. I'm okay with apple cinnamon to this extent. Right, I don't want like big red type of apple
I don't want
cinnamon.
The cinnamon things. I just want the smell. Like I really
but I'm saying like that, like the what you call them little. What's the drink? That's Fireballs. I don't.
I don't want those. I don't want those. Fireball is like, what you on tonight, bro? Like,
did I tell you how I was scorned about this?
Yes.
Did I say it on the air?
I don't know, but it's not supposed to be as funny as it is to me because I really do love cinnamon. So like I can Big Red all this, but I understood.
No. So fun story. Not sure if I ever said this on air. Y'all remember way back in the day when Colgate made those like different tasting the flavored toothpastes, and it was like the mint fresh one that was like greeny. Then it was the cool something that was blue, and then it was like the apple cinnamon that was like the red one. Anywho, my dad really liked that one, so he went to Sam's Club, and you know Sam's Club is in bulk. So, and it wasn't like bulk of all three, it was bulk, 3 boxes per flavor. So he got the big cinnamon red poppin', which tastes like Big Red gum. And this toothpaste lasted forever because toothpaste can go a while, right? And then you got boxes.
And you gotta finish all of it because we're not getting another one because it's toothpaste.
Every day. And at that point, I had never, ever wanted to try or eat anything apple cinnamon flavored again.
Chelle, this is a setup.
I'm not gonna disagree. I felt like I took 3 sips, and I'm like,
this is a very whole setup. That's so nice. So
well, I mean, you the heavy hand pourer.
We're not gonna put this on me. You the one who told me to pour. Okay, it's not gonna put that on me. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna have like 3 cinnamon broomsticks.
Okay.
Just periodically, random. If one pops up at your house, just accept it.
Okay.
Don't just embrace and bring it in. But that's it. That's what I like about fall. And then we can go to like I do like pumpkin patches.
I've only been to a pumpkin patch like once, and I feel like I was a child. Well, I had to be a child. I definitely ain't going my adult life.
No,
one, because it just seemed real itchy.
No, I like to frolic. I have to buy a new flannel shirt.
You have to have a flannel shirt.
Getting a new flannel shirt. I'm gonna
your
get
riding
my jeans.
Boots.
Either the riding boots or like the little low booties with the chunky heel on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Going to kick up a leaf. Okay.
Channel your Lifetime movie.
It's happening. Be prepared. Fall activities arise.
All right. Time to get into a little girl talk.
Work that body. Work that body.
Girl talk.
Work that body. Work that body.
Girl
Work
talk.
that body.
I want to shout out to us because we be in the same key every week, right? Like, it's like going to the studio and they be like, do it again.
And you be like,
do it again. You be like, I got it every time. It ain't never different.
We're here. We got it. Okay, this is random. This is not on the girl talk.
Okay.
But this is random bit of girl talk. I realize I like when like old men compliment me. And not like on some creepy stuff, but like I feel like the older
creepy to me.
No, like the non-creepy ones that just like give you compliments because they be like, "Here, black girl, feel good about life." Them kind of compliments, they be real nice. Not the creepy ones. I said not the creepy ones.
They all seem creepy to me.
Yeah, it be so like poetic. It just be so poetic.
That's my
that's
my Chrissy singing.
Not like the "Hey girl, what's up? How you?" Ooh,
yeah,
sure. Like not them.
Hey,
not them whispering. Yeah, and what they whisper is, "You sure look like I'll stop you up with it." Not them niggas. Not the stop you up with biscuit old man. Them not what we talking about. Okay, it's the nice like friendly.
They just give creep. Even when they intentions as well, they just.
Not them. I'm not talking about them. The young version of them creep me out too. I feel unsafe. I am not saying.
I tickle myself.
They be knocking their dentures out. I think that's why they do that. If we're honest.
I know.
I learned that later in life. That's very sad for y'all. Get the good. They got good glue now. Y'all don't have to keep doing that. You could just purchase.
But even I know not the 80-year-olds, but like even some of the others, they just.
I think
you know what I think it is because they game be their era, and it just sounds wrong.
Yeah, I like the nice, sweet ones from that era, not the creep ones who like trying to relive their pimp days and for some reason think that Blue Chew is gonna work, and we're not gonna ever get the chance to figure that out. Leave me alone.
Blue Chew.
Yeah, just keep that to yourself. Not them. The nice ones that just be like, oh
you look so pretty.
Right, like you done came out the house and blessed us with some sunshine today. I'd be like, you know what I did? Thank you so much. And then that's it. They don't. Not the ones that linger. They be like, oh, you sound so beautiful. You done brightened up my day. The brightened up my day type. And they leave you alone. It'd be like, oh, that's so nice. Like, thank you so much. That's so nice.
Suppose.
That's so
the
nice.
only people that I'm not like creeped out that do that are older men are usually like friends fathers or something. Like, I'm not usually like your granddaddy. He'll see us. He like, oh, y'all look real pretty today. Or y'all look nice. I'm not creeped out by him. If I don't know you, you just give me creep.
But that's what I mean. The ones that don't come up, like they're not trying to talk to you or sexualize you.
Like,
not them. Why you got not them? Ugh.
That's how they all seem to me.
No, it's not. That's
You're
so
not
listening
to me.
That's so unfortunate. There are like the nice set of older people who just be being older people, and they be like, "Hey, black people."
Maybe I just get the creeps.
I mean, I get the creeps, but I don't like dwelling on them. I like to appreciate the nice ones.
You be like, "Thank you."
I don't say thank you to them. I don't say thank you to them in the same way I don't say thank you to the creep ass young ones who be like, "Damn, what's up with my?"
I hate when a person little mama me. I is a grown woman.
I hate when the wrong person little
Also,
mama.
I don't want you to man me either, though. So
If you got a New York accent or
hey, ma,
a Southern accent and you little mama me, I'm be like, how many of them do you want?
First of all, I'm gonna be like, how old are you? Because what?
No. I feel like
at my big ass age, I don't want no grown ass nigga at my big ass age
That's
to be
fair.
like, hey, little mama, what?
I think this is such. Have you ever like had a young? Oh, you know what? I knew the answer to that. I'm sorry. But I meant like young, like teens.
She be trying to trigger me.
Wait. I meant young, like teens.
She be trying to flashback.
Teens.
He wasn't in his teens. He might as well have been.
He was not in his teens.
And I coach out of high school. You think I had a whole senior?
That's
a whole senior. Was this pre-COVID? I think this was like the last, like right before. Whole senior. I saw that boy every day. He used to walk past Frank. I never thought nothing of it. Because he'd be like, oh, do you need help carrying a speaker? Thinking you being a polite young man, somebody mama raised you right. You know what I'm saying? And so one day I was sitting there early before the kids got down for practice and he was out. And he came and this young man, whom name I do not know, sat his ass right up, came up and sat down. And I was like, okay. And I just went on about being in my phone. And he proceeded to be like, so hey, how's you doing? How your day? And I was like, well, it's great. Like, you know, being nice. And then so he was like, I'm a senior or whatever. I was like, that's so great. What college are you going to? Do you have a plan? Like, what are your plans? And this man was just like, yeah, I graduated in a couple of months.
That's so nice for you. So nice.
Sir.
So
young
I was
man.
like, not sir. La boy.
Young man.
La boy.
Young
Get out my face.
What did you do? He might as well have shot his shot. He really did.
That was him shooting his shot. That was him. He was in high school. That was him being raised right because he was like, I mean, I can't come at her crazy. And
you can't come at me.
That's why he didn't do it. He was like, respectfully, if I put this down and you pick up what I'm putting down, then you choose to hold it in your hand.
All I saw was episode of Law and Order flashback,
Dude,
and I don't know. Like, what is
and
you
this
saying?
is why I consistently be like to all of these people. There is nothing that makes
I mean, I appreciate his confidence. Though.
But that's why I'm like, I can appreciate it. Like, that's so nice that you got the confidence to do that. Barking up the wrong tree, in the wrong neighborhood on the wrong block.
Yeah.
Take that to some little girl who can appreciate you and don't let her take you.
They not on his level. Not mature enough for him. I tried to.
It's some little mature girl. Because y'all always tell the girls that they so mature for their age. So why the 2 and 2 ain't adding 17 for me? I don't know.
That's true.
What you gonna get about 17 years? Keep trying to fuck with these little people. Okay, I don't have time for it. But yeah, I like the nice older men or older people in general who just be like compliments for sake of like feel good about your day. Thanks for coming out. I had it happen today, and I was like, oh, that's so nice, and it wasn't creepy. I was like coming to ask a question because I needed directions, and he was like, oh, and then complimented me and was like, how can I help you? And it was like, all right, cool. And then I had to walk back past him. He's like, did you find what you was looking for? And I said, yeah. He said, all right, you have a beautiful day. Enjoy your weekend. And that was it. It was nothing creepy. Nothing creepy about it. So I was very happy about it. Okay. Now, what we were talking about. Talk real.
Well, the topic here is, have you ever been in a relationship, situationship, a ship, with
whatever the young folks want to call it.
Whatever y'all want to call it. With someone who didn't have the best sex?
First of all, I have 2 things that need to be clarified. what is the sex? And
that part.
What is the sex?
What is the sex?
For two, how would you be in a situationship with bad
Maybe
sex?
they like the person and, want to continue. I don't know.
Okay, like what?
I mean, if that's the theory, how you get in a relationship with somebody with the bad sex?
That's an excellent question. That's okay. So what's bad sex?
Bad sex. You know what the fuck bad sex is.
Because there's like bad sex where it cannot be fixed. And then there's bad sex where maybe it's like, oh, you lazy, or you're just like, now you got comfortable.
How long do you continue? First of all, okay, hear me out. I got questions. Okay. So, I feel like if I have a person who does not have the best sex, we never made it to the relationship, right? Like, didn't we get stuck in situationship? And then you said, what is determined to be the bad sex, right? Is it fixable? If it's not fixable, how do we get into the relationship? Don't you stop at after the third, fourth time? You be like, you know what, young sir, woman, this ain't really working out for me.
Okay, but maybe you ended up in a relationship. Like, what if the person has everything else? Like everything else, like they
got bad sex. I'm not finna disagree with that. This person is doing everything you want on paper.
But it's like it's the bad sex that's not gonna get better. Ain't no fixing it. Like that's.
Am I an nympho? Am I really big on sex? I say that.
Are you asking?
I say that because I feel like there's people that's gonna drive me crazy. I'm sorry.
Leave it alone.
There's people where that's not the most important thing to them, or they don't like to have a lot of sex. That's true. It's not the most important part of their relationship, because people tell you all the time, like, after years go by, sometimes you don't even be having the sex. I don't want to get to that place in my life, but I've heard that before. So
I don't feel like I want to get to that place either. I don't want to get there. No. No. Okay. Maybe not bad sex though, but what if it's like weird sex?
What's weird? Tell me more.
Like what if?
What's considered weird?
What if
you know why I asked that?
Sex?
Because everybody's different. So like, what's weird to one person or kinky or nasty to one person ain't to the next. I hear people ask you, are you a freak? Define freak.
Like freak to who?
Because freak in what sense? Like, people make certain things like, yeah, that's freaky. That's normal. And I'd be confused.
Right, in real conversation, like have you ever said something and you be like, this is my norm, like this is my baseline. And you be like, oh, I'm sorry. And then they be like, oh, shocked and surprised. And you be like, so you don't do that on the radio?
I think that varies per person.
You don't do that on, like, okay, like weird, like, okay, what if it's just like weird, like they got a kink that you ain't.
Oh, give me what's a good kink though?
Like, what if they got like a what if they got like a furry kink or something? Or what's it called when they like dressing up? It's like, yeah, furs. Like, they like dressing up as like stuffed animals, or they want you to dress up as a stuffed animal.
Okay, that one takes the crown.
But
that shit is just that right there, honey.
But then they like, hey, emotional support on deck, financial stability on deck, like everything you need on deck. They fine, they treat you good, they like
eyes uncomfortable,
and they just like
eyes uncomfortable,
chill, and then.
Eyes uncomfortable. This day one that you fuck around and come out in a pet outfit, I am running. I am fucking
okay,
running.
Okay, so real question.
You can't even talk me into that. Ain't no point that you can be like, so babe, I had this idea.
What if they be like on some role play stuff?
Something about you will remind me of a cat. I was real wondering.
You're not putting a little cat.
No, because you said they be wanting the fur. They want the whole the get up. Nigga say, I want you to be Gizmo.
They might into it. They might walk you into it. Be like, like, can you put this on tail? For a look. I don't feel like people.
Now I'm sitting in this bitch doing like, get the fuck. No.
With catnip and shit. Like, here you go.
No, you can't.
Okay, I feel like as much as I would be like, I won't kink shame, there have to be boundaries around shit. Like, you are never feel like the kinks where it's like you want full role play. like you want them to become a cat. Like
I'm not
around
on
the house.
I'm not on your level of foreplay. I'm just not. I'm not on your level of foreplay. The only way this is gonna happen is we went to Comic-Con or something, or we was already dressed up as said characters and went back to the hotel room and sat out. Like I don't know,
do it, like,
but
around
like
the house,
in
like,
the house. I mean, you might get a maid or
here.
something, but you're not finna be like,
if we
I'm
do
not
some
giving
real,
you.
like if it's truly your thing, I'm probably not gonna do none of that.
I'm
First
not
of all, have you
giving
been
you
practicing your barks, man? Why you got so many variations? I'm almost convinced you've done this before because the variations came immediately.
I really channeled my Coming to America. That's what I did.
Would you like to tell me a story off air? Because was there a leash involved? How do we do these? I feel like I might not be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this also like. I feel like it depends on the person, the level of like what this kink can look like. Because like if you're like already like self-centered and narcissistic, I feel like me trying to do anything that is like you want to walk me around.
We got it.
It's not gonna work for me. Like it's gonna be a no.
It's gonna be a no.
It's gonna be a no.
The most you got from me is like, we met at a restaurant. I'm pretending to be somebody else. I wear a wig. I don't know.
So you're not putting on costume.
I mean, for Comic-Con.
Like,
no, I'm like, I mean, maybe.
We finna have Avatar night.
Leave at Comic-Con.
That's all I got. Like, go put your fucking outfit on, pick who you finna be, and we gonna watch Avatar, and like we gonna go in character.
Let me tell you what's gonna be dope if I have to do Avatar, cause I'm tall. That means I gotta use all my other senses to be. Babe, hey, listen, when I tell you, that deserves a shot.
That deserves a shot.
Okay. Right. So we had snake bites this time.
We did. We got our snake bites.
Also, did not get our glasses, but I wonder if they broke. No, they didn't break.
I didn't think they broke.
Yeah,
we be having
a lot of stuff happening.
Listen, random mishap on the set. All our stuff there.
All the glasses.
All the glassware.
Down she went.
And we got a pretty good like glassware game. Like we do real like.
If y'all want to sponsor us, listen.
I'll do a little ASMR. I'm gonna start doing ASMR. Just come over and clinkety clink.
All into the mic.
All into the mic. Okay,
so before we get back into our uppers, I'm going to have a moment for our downers.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Coolio.
And I can't recall if we talked about this in the last episode, but R.I.P. Jesse Powell.
We did.
Okay, we
did. And still R.I.P.
And R.I.P.
Because forever plays.
Not apparently. I read, I'm not sure if this was confirmed, but I had read that Mr. Coolio, who died at the age of 59, passed from cardiac arrest. So heart attack in theory.
Yeah. That's so young, bro.
It really is.
That's so young.
Like, as well, like, I know we was young, you be like 59, woo, but like 59 is up the street and around the corner. Like, it's really
tomorrow.
It's really not that. Like, look how fast life go, right?
Yeah.
But look how much he accomplished. Like, I mean,
he had a TV show. Oh, he was on the TV show.
I'm like, what TV show was he?
He had like guest starred on the TV show.
I mean, he had a random stuff here and there.
In my head, I think I made it his show.
Been spinning the starline, living in the Gangsters Paradise.
He definitely had a whole theme song, one of the best theme songs ever created.
Kenan and Kel.
Okay.
Don't play with him. First of all, can we talk about how Nickelodeon was channeling in their black stuff? Like, when they did all that and had TLC, and then Kenan and Kel had Coolio, and then Skeeter had 702. Like, they was really out here, like...
Who was over diversity at Nickelodeon during
that
time?
Because for real.
I hope they are leading the charge in other places. That was great. Yeah. Like, that was ahead of the time.
But yeah,
everyone watched that show. Like, I used to think those were really just black shows. And then I realized, like, no, y'all had, like, primetime spots.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, that means everybody had to be watching you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, and we as kids was invested. But, like,
listen,
I feel like we grew up on TV. And these kids were like, what's a TV?
They be like, what's a bike?
What's a phone? Did you see the clips of the girl who was, like, surprised that the house phone worked?
It's that they be surprised about everything. Like, realistically.
She was like, well, how do you call?
Like, I feel like if I put a typewriter in front of a kid, they gonna be like,
what is that?
Where's the screen?
True. True,
they're not gonna understand what this is for.
Yeah.
They gonna know that it's like typing because they laptops and stuff still have it.
Have you ever had the moment where you've been too into technology and didn't know what to do with something? Like, sometimes I find myself, so for instance, like laptop. Like, sometimes I touch the screen of my laptop. It's not a touch screen, but I'm just so used to things being touch screen. You be like, I just need you to, you don't do that. Or like you go to a speaker of something.
Established that me and technology
are
not.
Brother.
I'm telling y'all, when we enter the metaverse, y'all not gonna see me. Y'all are not going to De'Azia.
I didn't even mean to sad track that far. Coolio and your family, our condolences. And Jesse Powell and your family. We was like, bye. Talk about it and we're out.
He had a TV show recently though.
I don't know.
Like a family drama show.
Like a reality show?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But then I think, what show back in the day did he guest star on? And I like... Dum, dum, slide, slippity slide. Why did that pop into your head?
Because it's...
Oh, because of Coolio.
I'm like, because it's who.
But I went to like the original one, so I'm like,
it's fine. He sampled it. It's great.
Sorry, so sorry. Okay.
When I think of that song, not Fantastic World, but Gangsters Paradise, I think of Dangerous Mind, and obviously because it was on the soundtrack. But like, I remember the movie, but don't remember the movie. I remember the video that had a lot of clips of the movie in it.
I can't tell you what happened in that movie. I don't remember. I do not recall. And
Michelle Pfeiffer was a teacher at a hood school, an urban school,
so
a
it was like the
prelude
school to what was it, Freedom Writers or whatever.
Sort of kind of talk.
It was. I believe hers was like the true story.
Freedom Writers was too.
Yeah, I think they were both true stories.
But I'm like, that was like the first
generation
of that.
Yeah.
Like white person came and saved the hood.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's what the story be. I mean, it be good work. It do be nice. That's so nice. Like you didn't let them like move you out. That's what's up. I really don't remember like.
Yeah, I remember.
Ice Cube is in it, ain't it?
Ice Cube is no.
What movie? I'm thinking about Higher Learning. Is that Higher Learning? We don't know. Let me tell you what movie. Like, okay, recently brought up my sister. American Psycho. Okay.
You know what your sister just watched last night for the first time?
What?
Just Another Girl in the IRT.
I'm not gonna hold you.
No, I'm not gonna hold you either. But
I can see that though.
No, that makes sense to me.
Like
that's such a certain type of movie to be watching. But the whole time, what she said, "Guess what's on?" I said, "Well," she goes, "Just Another Girl in the IRT," and I was
"You was lit."
Listen, I was like, "Yo, do you know how many times we used to watch this as a child?" And she goes, "What does IRT mean?" I'm like, "It's like the railroad system in New York or something like that." And so she's like, "Okay," and you talking about the common Terry. I am watching Law and Order, and she is watching IRT.
Like, let me just turn here.
No, I kept watching Law and Order.
Nothing's gonna take you away.
Not from organized crimes. Not from Stabler. But what?
Do you have a crush on Stabler?
No, not like a crush, but like I love Stabler. Like, I don't love him like,
I was like, you think the old man?
No. I don't have a crush on Stabler. I love Stabler. Like, I love his character. But she was like, this is dumb. Everybody in here is dumb. You think it's a great idea? And she was going out. And I was like, in my adult life, I probably would be screaming the same thing too. Sense. But as a child, I was like, yay.
Understand.
But it was around not understand, but it was around the same time of all of our black movies. It was like around Juice. And it was that era of movie.
And it was still somehow not included. Like, it's still a very specific type of movie.
Yeah.
But we was watching American Psycho, and I realized that people have different versions of what happens at the end of that movie. Like, in my mind, at the end of that movie, he didn't do none of that crime. But apparently, he did. I don't know. Do you remember? Did you watch it?
I don't remember American
It was
Psycho.
good. I'm gonna go back and watch it, but
Speaking of American Psychos, Dahmer.
listen.
You know what? Hear me out. Dahmer is a very okay for y'all. If y'all didn't watch this, if y'all don't head to somebody's Netflix and watch it, that's number one. Number two,
It's like one of the like top 3 streams.
yeah, it is.
Ever.
It is. It's up there, but it's people acting like okay.
Is it Americans? We're just crazy, eh?
It's people finding the humor in everything, and some things are just
Some things
not
you gotta
meant
leave
to be
alone.
funny.
Like,
I don't know if you've seen this video that was, I saw it on Facebook, and it was like, Jeffrey Dahmer was like this, right? And they got this white guy playing Dahmer, and this black guy who comes in playing said victim, and he come in, and he's like, and the dude who's playing Dahmer, he sounds just like the character, like Evan Peters, and he's like, hey, yo, man, coming to my place, yeah, you want to have a drink? I got beer, I got coffee, like, which one do you want? And the dude is the black guy is like, yo, but he's like 2022 black. So
right in here.
Yo, that ass. He like, yo, your crib stank. You ain't never heard no carpet freshener. Like, you don't want to do it. And I'm like, oh my God. And so it gets to the point. He was, you know how we all crack jokes because the dude was like dancing his
He
way
was like, listen,
about
I'm
the
getting
scene.
the fuck out the gym.
And so the dude was like, you want me to dance for you? Teach me how to dance. Teach me how to dance. And I was so,
I'm not going to hell with y'all. No.
and I was so mad. I'm like, why are y'all like this?
And
then I hit I was just so
okay, here's why it's bad. Because I understand, like, having to find the humor and stuff to, like, deal with the crazy.
It's not funny to them people who had to go through and endure the stuff. That's why I was like, sometimes you just don't need to find the funny and stuff. You just
and it's because it be the
watch it.
masses. Like, you know, when it's like, okay, one person and like you don't have to see it all the time. Like, you might hear that this person made a joke or something about it, but like, you know, it's not.
It's the masses.
It's okay. This fucked up. But what's happening now with the internet is y'all going to hell. The production in Chelle. I won't be there with them. I will wave bye to Hades because I'm not going.
Nah, you just gonna go to hell for some other things. It's okay.
I'm gonna be in purgatory at best. Okay, I some balance.
You stuck in there somewhere.
It's some balance to the crazy. But nah, I feel like now with like the internet and like TikTok and Instagram, like all these trends that happen, like just the need to make everything comedy. I feel like the entire world does with fucked up situations what Chicago did with R. Kelly for a very long time. Because when we remixed Ignition to include the fact that you was pulling up high schools and your Tonka trucks and all of these things that we said, okay, when we like made jokes with all his remixes, knowing what was bad, but making light of the situation to get through days.
I mean, Dave Chappelle he was driving that wheel.
And like we ran with, and I feel like that's just like now what everybody does with every situation. And like, I don't know what a man is who survived, but like, imagine him saying that shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you don't have to find the funny in everything. Like
Buddy really had to like body roll for his life. And it sounds crazy to say that out loud, but like, for real. Like, how to escape a killer. Step 1, body roll. Step 2, get the fuck out the Dodge. Like, I think it's also fucked up because Netflix didn't talk to the families.
That part too. But it's also, you know what, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm gonna just be cool. I'm gonna be cool.
Trying to get us into hell.
Canceled. This is what we're gonna do.
We're gonna be like, sorry. We just have no boundaries.
Oh,
but I do think what I don't understand is like people being like the show is like, oh, it's just so I couldn't get past it.
Yeah,
so,
that part was blowing me.
Listen, let me tell you something.
The show wasn't that bad.
I watched every single Saw. Every single Saw that came out. I jumped and turned my head, but left one eye to make sure I saw everything that was happening. Okay, the Dexters, the CSIs. Okay, this was not gory.
It wasn't.
Was it mentally and emotionally fucked up?
Yes.
And like, horrible.
But even then, you knowing what he doing, like, damn, that's wow. Like, that's crazy. That's
Let me
fucked
tell
up.
you where I got
But
from
nothing about the show was like, oh, I can't watch it.
And I don't really think that it glorifies him or glamorizes him.
I don't
think
either.
it
just tells a story.
It's a true depiction of like a story and what was happening, which we get like. I say again, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is really based on a true story.
Yeah.
That generationally comes out.
What's wild though when I look back at, I feel like something's missing in these Dahmer stories. Meaning, like, besides the drugging part, like, obviously these people were drugged so they couldn't. But some scenarios, I'm like, nothing seemed iffy to you?
I think that all of these serial killers continue to
and
teach
maybe it was a different time.
It's a different time, but I genuinely think that, like, serial killers teach you what is fucked up about your society. All of these serial killers, especially these, like, young white males, just taught us how prevalent racism was. Because, like, Dahmer was that much of a killer solely because he moved to a black neighborhood where he knew police weren't going to give a fuck. Mm-hmm. Where he could come and if somebody called a report, he would be the white boy who was just, like, living in the hood for circumstance, coming to save your neighborhood. Or happen to live here because my job is down the street. Or, like, you know, my parents put me out and this is where I can go.
How was he paying for rent? He had lost so many of those jobs.
But he, like, wasn't losing them until he got, like, super into the fact that he had got away with 7 murders and nobody said shit. Now I don't have to come in the
My other thing about that is being the neighbor. Here's one thing that I don't think I realized, though. I don't think I knew Dahmer was doing this in an apartment. Like, when I first heard about Dahmer,
I thought it was, that's because it was half and half. The first
like
half
was
in the house.
But, like, I don't think I knew or heard or whatever that he was doing these things in an apartment. How are you a serial killer in an apartment?
Because
like,
he was a white man in a black neighborhood.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely how he was getting away with it.
That's what I'm like, it just teaches
but
you
just
what's
imagine being the neighbor.
Next door to him.
Listening and smelling.
I'm always like...
seeing.
Real talk. And I think I brought this up in random conversation. Like, if you've ever been to the hood and, like, you've been to, like, project buildings, like, the stairwells, the smell.
Yeah.
Okay. The crackhead apartment where you know everybody get high. You don't even want to walk past them places. Mm-hmm. So, like, I can't imagine
living next door, sharing a vent.
Fuck next door.
And a wall.
Fuck next door. Like, real talk. Shit this happened as a child, right? You don't, the floor. If there is a dead body in an apartment building, the floor. You could be on the stairwells and be like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's not like, oh, this is like, oh, I have to walk to your door to get close and, like, smell this. And, like, maybe because he was doing, you know, like, certain stuff you can, but, like, there's a point where it'd be like, nah, buddy. Like, the whole building. You be like, what the fuck is it? Like, I'm talking about, we were a 40-story building, okay? Where the body was is, say, 20. We on 15. Talking about.
What is that? And then on top of all of that, to make matters worse, y'all couldn't even give him a memorial? Like, that part really took
but that's what fucked up. Because y'all tore the building down, so wouldn't nobody realize. Like, we didn't know that it was an apartment building because y'all tore that shit the fuck down.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
City vote. Nah, get that shit the fuck. Not gonna remind us of our racism.
They tear these houses down. They usually tear down all the buildings or houses or something like that where people were serial killers. Because John Wayne Gacy, they tore his house down, but they ain't had no choice. It was
his actual.
Yeah, but I'm like, they tore it down, but they didn't have a choice because they had so many bodies.
Yeah, like you
buried
weren't
all
tearing that down
the house.
You had to dig up the land.
To get to the
Here's what.
And then that was the wild part, that these things was going on simultaneously. Like, what was it about the 70s and 80s that the serial killers was at an all-time high? Because
I mean, you ask that and say, you know, what is it? And I think that was just where racism wasn't even being addressed. You want to know why we know it wasn't being addressed? Because the dumbass police officer, motherfucker, retired. Spoiler alert, but not really spoiler because it's stupid. The police officer that sent the loud child back to the apartment retired as the head of the police union.
In like 2017?
Yeah, like recently. Like, they got reinstated and got all their back pay for having been suspended.
Had you had just paid attention, you could have probably saved 7 to 8 people's lives. And you can't tell me he didn't want to murder more people we just don't know about. Ain't no way. I know it's Mo.
It's definitely more. He was like, I'm going to give y'all these because, like, this fits. Like, that. Okay, so here's my thing. if CSI ain't taught me nothing, right? People have like their modes, right? You know, you got Criminal Minds that teaches Dexter also, you know, the gory shit for real. But like, I really watched it and I was like, how many people did he realistically kill? Because there's like a 10-year gap that he said between his first kill, which was when he was like a young teenage white male killing young teenage white male because you were like interested and he did not return, whatever your psychological shit. And then you telling me it's 10 years in between that where you was like, I had no urges. And then all of a sudden, like, now I like black people.
I need to know what was going on while you was in the military. I need that background because they gave us a little bit of.
You were overseas.
That much. It's like 10 bodies out there.
That's all I'm saying. We're never gonna know. That man, this nigga did this shit in an apartment. You telling me with a military uniform in Germany with full military protection?
Mm-hmm. Come on. Teeth suck.
My Peruvian came out. I was real proud of that too. I was like, bitch, you did it. No, that's real though. But it's crazy. And if y'all haven't watched it, I mean, I
say watch it. I think it's a good watch. I was gonna say a good read. I think it's a good watch.
I was traumatized for a little bit.
Were you?
Not like this. I was traumatized because I had watched it, right? And you know, I get to spiraling. And I had spiraled, and people had decided they was gonna post the actual photos from the like real crime photos. So like the TV show itself did not mess me up, but my spiraling on the interwebs.
Let me tell y'all
I happened upon the actual photos, like of what. Yeah.
Let me tell y'all how we watched this together. I don't even know how she watched it because she spent 50% of the time in her laptop researching it while we watched it. And don't get me wrong, because I think we all be like, who this? Let me Google to make sure. But when I say it was like beyond the Google, I was like, how was she watching this show? Because she was very much more invested in the research than it was in actually watching it.
We has got to be prepared. And I'm like curious because like, oh fuck, y'all didn't talk to these families. Like, where are they at now? What happened after the fact? Like, where's the neighbor?
Shout out to Niecy Nash because Miss Man was acting, and Evan Peters, who he acts.
I hope he was in therapy the whole time. I'm talking about I have to break. Yeah. So how are you feeling? Like, I really need that man because I think it's a limit. Like, you can't play crazy. And then, like, yes, if you're a good actor, but that takes a toll on you. Like, to have to embody somebody who had such a, like, disconnect from humanity in life and goodness.
If he's a method actor kind of person.
I think it don't even matter if you method actor.
I feel like he's done weird, creepy things most of his career because he's been with Ryan Murphy.
I know that's why he needs to be in
therapy. But I'm like, I feel like at this point, I feel like he disconnects.
Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, let me tell you when I was like, hey, this man has shifted internally and y'all need to check on him for real. It's a scene. I don't remember what episode, but Niecy come knock on the door and she like, you know, and he's like, oh, yeah. I made pork chops a different way this time. I won't be doing that again.
I sliced up this body the wrong way.
I didn't like what happened to it. That's literally
I didn't have the right chemicals or some shit like that. That's what that meant to me.
It was. And he said it so very like, and it was like, yeah, okay, thanks. And I was like, hey, yo.
It was, if you talking about disconnect or like just weird not weird, but like great transition, when he was in her apartment and he was like, I cleaned it up for you. And then he changed. He was like, oh, I brought you a sandwich. Sir, I'm not eating anything that comes out of your house. That's number one.
As a black person, we are taught, do not eat everybody fucking food. And I'm wondering it, because what the fuck is you feeding me?
That man was a butcher. Like, how you lose that job? That was your job.
It wasn't live enough.
Nah, he lost it because he was there public in the exposure shit. But like, how you lose that? That was the perfect job for you. You like cutting up shit, cut up shit. I don't know.
What's wrong with you? The man in Real Interview was, I ain't gonna say that. That man was fucking crazy, bro.
They usually are.
That man was crazy. And I ain't gonna say shout out to bro who offed him. Because, like, I think he actually deserved to rot in jail. And I think he secretly wanted to. But Buddy literally was like, the Lord has said that you gotta go.
So you gotta go, my guy.
But it was two of them because...
Sip.
Here's what I learned, right? So
Sip.
nobody talks about it. They like to do the man who killed him, who's still in jail. He was already in jail for life because he had went and murdered, like, the job owed him money.
Oh.
And the white people was like, you gonna take this $14? And he was like, word, I'm not. And then went and sat on his girlfriend's roof and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to jail. And I deserve to, but they deserve to pay because fuck them. And I was like,
okay.
And then he was really in there, like, the Lord told me. So he killed Dahmer because, like, you're a fucked up person and you did all these things. Mm-hmm. The other man who he murdered at the same time, boy was out there she-hulking, was a white man who killed his wife and then framed two black men for the murder.
It was giving me very much Shawshank Redemption.
But he said reparation.
Yeah.
He said reparation. Y'all is out here wilding and y'all, I'm not gonna do it with you. And I was like,
no. If you haven't watched Dahmer, it's that Tony episode. The Tony episode.
We gotta go to something else.
Just know that that's the episode that's going. What?
Question, like y'all was talking about Evan Peters. I want to know how y'all feel about the people that's like that feel some type of way about, I guess, black people, period, or people on there on social media like, oh yeah, Evan Peters is doing so great, and this that for him being like a gay serial killer.
Compared to dude who played Lil Murda.
Exactly.
So
I don't know why they both can't win.
Well, I think because the guy who plays Lil Murda, not C Murder, sorry C Murder,
J. Alfonso,
has been getting so much hate and like, oh my God, we gotta question it. And I think what the difference is, not in my opinion, but what the difference is, he is playing a more sexual role. Like you are playing an active gay male, right? Like there are more sex scenes, there's more like it's actual intimacy, which people put in their minds in a very different way from acting. Because is it homophobic to a certain extent? Yeah, because you're saying that an actor can't still do not method act, but like you're saying an actor can't embody the role. Like, yeah, like an actor can't act. You can't embody the role
if you're not that type of way.
Which is fucked up as a society again, because we more likely are to accept somebody being able to embody a serial killer than somebody just being able to embody sex.
Yeah.
We're like, if you can embody and portray, like, there are virgins who play hoes. Shout out to Yvonne Orgy. Like,
shout out to Tiffany on the Shy.
Right? So, like...
I say that because I was watching this interview with Iman, and, it's like his real first big acting thing, and he was like, Tiffany made it great, and she was like, gee, I play a hoe every episode, so we good. Like, I got you. Don't worry about it. And being like, I gotta play this hoe, and people won't look at me as a hoe, and you being a good guy, like, just rock with me.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of fucked up, because as a society, we're like, oh, when it comes to women, it's fine. Like, a woman can also play bisexual, gay, whatever.
And nobody's bad at eye.
You might bat your eye and be like, she probably got down in real life, but, like, you're not going to judge her about it. You're just going to be like, oh. And then if you know she's super straight, you can be like, you play that role. You can let somebody play a serial killer and don't question whether or not they are now having murderous thoughts. But then somebody being like, oh, I'm just playing a gay male. This is the role. Oh my God.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, they both act their ass off in both of their shows.
Buddy.
And I hope they both win because they both deserve it.
I don't think I've ever seen then this is me being honest. I don't think I've ever seen gay scenes in the way that I've seen them in P-Valley. And not in terms of like exposure to gay sex, not in terms of like, oh, gay people can, but like
it was the intimacy
and like the reality of being gay does not excuse you from human. Yeah. That they are able to display. And as an actor, you had like, when I'm telling you, I was watching that like, I want a nigga too. I'm talking about I would like this. I'm trying to see what that be like. Like, it made sense. And it wasn't because like, oh, like it's just, I was just like, oh no, that's intimacy. Like,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
It was that moment in the diner where he just reached over to take his. Come on, stop playing with me. It was just so many good scenes. Like, it was amazing. But I'm gonna have to wrap it up. So, what are your
Your
thoughts
setup?
on our little cocktail here?
I think it's a setup.
I think it's okay. Stars. What are we giving it?
Actually, I'm at 5 with you. I got 5 on it.
The band and us. That's what that was.
Yep, it was.
I was giving me a 5 too.
I'm giving you a 5. This is my second one, and I feel all the bits of the 2. It's great.
I enjoyed it. Make sure y'all try it because it is really good. Make sure y'all drop y'all drink suggestions below because we are looking for new drinks. Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias. Ta-da! Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Right.
And you got anything else for the people?
No.
All right. Well, we'll talk to y'all next week.
Deuces.
Bye.
Bruh, Riri doing the Super Bowl.
She got 5. Oh, okay, yes. She's doing the Super Bowl.
Nah, but for real, she got 5 on. Cause what you finna? We asked you for an album. You said I'm gonna give you a Super Bowl.
Okay, maybe she gonna Beyonce us. Drop a song 2 weeks before or a week before, and then give us a whole show. If I'm being honest, I feel like Riri finna give us a whole Fenty fashion show, and it's gonna have music as
her NFL line.
but honestly,
It's gonna be
I
Rihanna in partnership.
would want her to give me a fashion show. One, it has
Those are
never
Fenty
been done
shows.
before. And her Fenty shows, and the production level. If you've never watched Fenty fashion show on Amazon, is it Amazon that's usually
Yeah.
on Prime?
Rihanna.
It's amazing.
Rihanna ran Victoria's Secret out the game.
Paris. That is her name. The choreographer name start with a P.
Let me tell y'all. So we in the car, and we was like, oh, trying to figure out what songs Rihanna gonna do for the Super Bowl, because she ain't gave us no new music, and we like some of her songs are too Caribbean, some of them is just too like,
I don't know. They let J-Lo and Shakira go out there.
they
with
let
it.
white women do a
Let's
lot.
get loud. Let's get
That's
loud.
J-Lo.
How should we ship it? I can't
J-Lo,
speak it.
like that's white people. Okay, they be
Damn.
not wanting to.
Them not white.
They let y'all crip walk, and then
I'm saying that I don't think Rihanna's too Caribbean for them not to play.
no, I
it.
mean like her early stuff. Like I don't know that she gonna ponder replay.
I feel like it's her first hit. She's supposed to.
I think
But I do think
she has an NFL partnership for her new lingerie line, and she finna give us some like Bears booty shorts, okay, and a Steelers jersey bustier, okay, and this is what we're finna get. Y'all better be happy that this is what she giving you.
I don't agree. But I do think we're going to get somewhat of a fashion show, and I think that's going to be amazing because she'll be the first to do it. I think some of the
Imagine having to
songs,
strut to the 50.
because of the production of her Fenty shows, I feel like the production is going to be very
100%.
well. I think the choreography is going to be off the chain because if you kept Paris, whom y'all don't know, is over Royal Family.
So for the bitch better have my
money,
money.
that
Like
big
hella
performance,
viral
yeah,
videos.
that's who created that. That's who do most of the choreography for her Fenty shows. Mm-hmm. So I can see Royal Family out there plus more being amazing.
Shout out to getting a bag.
Yes, and then far as songs go, I feel like there's just a certain amount of songs that she has to do mainstream, whatever. But I feel like it's got to be like a Umbrella. I feel like it's got to be a Disturbia or something.
Disturbia, like, definitely. I don't think Umbrella, but Disturbia, yes. Do you think that Drake is coming out?
I don't think he invited.
Do you think Kanye coming out?
I hope he's not invited.
You think Jay coming out?
He's not coming out.
Jay protested.
I'm like, Jay not coming.
Jay said,
speak out
This
loud.
has something to do with Jay. You know Jay works with.
We know that.
I mean, I know that. I'm saying coming out on stage.
We know that. Well, he's not coming out.
Kanye's coming out though.
I hope not.
I said Kanye coming out. And what's the man, Paul McCartney?
Yep.
Because they got the 4 or 5 seconds.
I can see
wow,
that.
That's my shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
I can see that.
So I feel like they're gonna do a little.
I just feel like she
interlude.
don't want to be bothered with Drake, if I'm being honest.
That's 100%. She might drop a new song like ASAP. They might do a mashup. Because we ain't know Beyonce was gonna have a mashup.
That's true. When she came out with Bruno.
We ain't
That's
know
true.
the mashup. And
That's
she
true.
had Coldplay for the white people.
But so I'm like, I feel like, but it's songs I want to hear her play or sing, and I don't know if they're gonna give. Cause I would love to hear like a bitch better have my money. Like, and we can blank the word bitch out. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody finna be blanking out
Bitch better
bitch.
have my. The
I
radio
feel like she
did.
should just come in and throw money, and then we won't know what she talking about. Like, she gotta toss it and be like, better have my money. We can like, bitch. Like, we're gonna be real lit. That's just gonna happen. But also, she kind of already did that in the at the award show where she threw the money at the screen.
Well, yes, whichever award show that was.
That was a reward if you got to keep the cash.
But like, I'm just thinking like all her top hits. I feel like she has to kind of perform.
I think
and I'm like, a bitch better have my money. Like, what's Super Bowl? 10, 12 minutes tops, I think, when they get their show. And because you got to include putting the stage and shit together. So I'm like 10 to 12 minutes. Them songs ain't going to last too long. You got to flip. You got to keep going. So it's going to be like a hook, not a hook, a verse and a chorus, a chorus. S&M is definitely going to be up there. What's the one? Only Girl in the World?
I want you to make me feel like
I'm the only girl in the world.
Hey, yo, low-key, Rihanna got bangers.
She do.
Bangers.
But that was her earlier, like, let me appease the crowd. I want the ones that's like, fuck you, pay me. I want them.
Rihanna.
But I know we not
Thanks for giving us music, technically.
She got a whole, like, series of, like, hooks with Eminem. Maybe we get some Eminem sightings.
I'm going to bet on Kanye before Eminem. If nothing else, Kanye gonna helicopter his way in.
Oh, God. In a whole body. I cannot. Sometimes, very much sometimes,
Kanye gonna be like,
he gonna die. Okay, wait. He gonna not be able to breathe on stage because he gonna have on some full-faced body,
gonna be in
body armor.
In the black plastic bag bodysuit, the weight loss bodysuit.
What show was it that brought out Missy? Whose show was that? Katy Perry? Was that Katy Perry?
Yeah.
That was the most random thing too, because she had nothing to do with nothing.
I still don't know how I feel, but respect to Katy Perry.
Yeah, I was just I don't know what she has to do with it. You think we can get some like random off the wall ass artists like that had nothing to do with nothing?
Yeah, because I feel like Rihanna is like eclectic as hell.
ASAP
is eclectic as hell.
He gonna get a whole feature.
I said that they just gonna do a random mashup.
How you doing?
We gonna get an ASAP, Get Like Me, and I'll be like, hey, hit. This makes sense.
The way Usher been going crazy, I feel like he should have got Super Bowl or Coachella.
Oh, we can't talk about Usher.
I'm going to Usher's residency.
We gonna talk about.
He needs to go ahead and buy my ticket.
No.
So let's play this game with y'all.
I'll go, and then like prostitution is legal in Vegas. I'm gonna pimp myself out to get some backstage passes.